So why don't you share some hurdles and how to get over it during the Q4?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, Sammy, it's really difficult because we want to have enough stock. We know that sales are going to go up.
How do you think sellers can take advantage of it, and what are the things that?
Yeah, it's so important. I love what you brought up about geo ranking and location specific because
Hello everyone, welcome to the Rich Sellers Podcast. Today I brought in a very special guest with us. And today we are going to talk about the most important topic because Q4 is here and we need to revamp our strategies. So today I have Amy Ways with us. Hi Amy, how are you doing?
I'm great, Sammy. Thank you so much for having me on the show today.
Yeah, first of all, welcome back to our show again. People really loved last time you shared really valuable trip tips, and they wanted you to be back again and share some more strategies because Q4 is here. So,
I love it. I'm always happy to give in that way, and I'm a seller myself, so I really enjoy not only as a consultant helping other sellers, but also on my own journey. Learning things and trying to improve and sharing those with other sellers.
yeah, awesome. I think a funny thing is you've been to India recently, right? How did you like India?
Yeah, it was really, really cool. It was my first time in India. I brought my 13-year-old daughter with me. I attended the toy fair there. There was like a 2-day toy fair in Delhi. Also, just saw some sights. I got to see the Taj Mahal,
Wow.
and it was really great. The food, the people, the experiences. I was really impressed when I saw that a cow was walking through 16 lanes of traffic, and this cow had not a care in the world. So whenever I get stressed out, I think about that cow. I'm like, okay, if that cow can walk through 16 lanes of traffic, all the busyness and everything, knowing that it's going to be cared for, knowing that everything's going to be okay, then anytime I'm stressed out, I think about the cows in India and how, I need to be more like the cows.
Yeah, definitely. Uh, Actually, you are kind of person who is really biased towards taking action, right? And I think you have a lot of things going on right now, especially with the event that is coming up, and I think that is really great event that you're organizing. So we'll be talking about that as well. Moving on to the podcast. Now, the main thing is Q4 is here. Obviously, sailors need to revamp their strategies. Amazon is a whole new thing right now. If we just look back to 3 years back, Amazon is changing. They're bringing on new things. And the algorithm is changing. Everything is changing. So we need to stay on top of the strategies. So when you talk about Q4, right? So Q4, what we have seen in our agency is Q4 is probably the sales of the brands, they go up really high. But when you talk about Q4, based on your experience, what opportunities that Q4 bring on to Amazon sellers?
Well, we can look at Amazon already as, the largest e-commerce platform with the most traffic.
Yeah.
So e-commerce, I think the last time I checked is like 13% of all of retail. But Amazon owns half of that market, which is really huge when we think about it. And when we think about customers and their shopping habits and when they're shopping, when they're willing to spend more money, is when they have that heart of, buying gifts for their family, taking care of things. Some people save up all year just to spend during Q4, during that holiday season. So that represents a huge opportunity for us sellers and brand owners on the platform, because not only is traffic exceedingly increased during this time, but also consumers are ready to spend their money. So it's our duty and responsibility to get in front of those, of the right consumers on the right page with the right offer, to give them that opportunity to spend that money and do business with our brands.
Yeah, definitely. I think what we have also seen is the sales really goes up to the roof, right? But also the cost per click also increases. So also the last few months, what we have been seeing is Amazon already raised their prices in storage fees, which was a challenge for the sellers. So we have seen our clients go and talk to multiple 3PL logistic providers, warehouses to stock up their goods, because now not only the storage, but also if they want to remove that or dispose it, it is also very costly. And when you talk about this, when you go on the Q4, we obviously see the shipping costs and everything rises up. And not only it brings on sales, but it also brings on some hurdles, right? So why don't you share some hurdles and how to get over it during the Q4?
Yeah. So, as you mentioned, Sammy, it's really difficult because we want to have enough stock. We know that sales are going to go up. We want to have enough stock to get through Q4, but at the same time, we don't want to over order, right? And so it kind of presents an issue. So, what you can do, there's a few things you can do. You can, of course, find a 3PL and store your stuff outside of Amazon and seed feed Amazon during this time so that you're not paying as much for storage. The thing is, you may have additional storage limitations during Q4 because not only do Amazon's fees go up, right? So the cost per click goes up, but also the cost to keep inventory in Amazon's warehouses during Q4 is extremely expensive. So, really comparing that. The other thing you can do is work it out with your supplier to actually them store your inventory and you're shipping it in. The problem that we have during Q4, which is really hard, unfortunately, I don't have a great solution
Mhm.
for it, but it's something we need to be aware of, is that unfortunately, inventory takes much longer to check in during Q4. Amazon's warehouses and fulfillment centers get really backed up. Everybody's sending in more inventory. And so, let's say you are seed feeding Amazon, you need to pay attention. If you're putting in like less than a truckload, if you're doing an LTL ground freight shipment, that actually is going to go to the end of the list for getting checked in. So one hack that we use, if you're in the US and you have a 3PL in the US, one hack that we use is small parcel shipments to Amazon during that seed feeding time instead of using LTL shipments, because those get checked in first. The individual boxes, the individual cases, and get checked in first, where the ground shipments get checked in last. So if you have kind of a good enough roadway, right?
Mhm.
Runway
Yeah.
where you've got, shipments coming in and it's fine. You've still got stock. It's okay if it takes a month for it to get checked in, then that's great. Then you can use your supplier, you can use ground freight, you can continually get those shipments sent, seed feed Amazon. But if you don't have that set up yet and you're using a 3PL, make sure as you're creating your shipments to Amazon or as that 3PL is creating your shipments that they're utilizing the small parcel delivery function, because that's going to put you at the front of the list for getting checked in. So that's number 1. Number 2, a lot of things that people don't pay attention to is the ramp up to the sales period. So people kind of go, "Oh, Q4 is here. Oh my gosh, like do I have stock?" And that's really all they focus on is, do I have stock?
Yeah.
Is there stock in Amazon? But there are so many things that you need to prepare for. That's why we're doing this Q4 Mastery Summit, because we're talking about the things we need to prepare for. It's important, yes, you can be in stock, but you're talking about cost per click going up. You have all these other competitors who are also in stock,
Yeah.
who also want to make sales, who are also going to lower their prices, who are also going to be fighting for the customer's attention. So, what you need to do is ensure in your roadway leading up to that sales period that you're not only preparing your listings, you're preparing your ads. Your ads, you should already be ranking for keywords that you want to rank for during Q4. You should be prepping those leading up to it. Your listings should have different A plus content specifically for the seasons. Your photos should be changed out specifically to connect with the customers and maybe call out any holiday promotions that you're doing. Your pricing, your coupons, and your promotions, stacking those can be incredibly effective. But if you don't fix your prices ahead of time, you might not be able to stack coupons because your prices, like for example, if you're doing a Prime exclusive discount, it has to be a minimum of 20% off of the
Mhm.
lowest price in the last 30 days. So let's say you need to kind of raise your price a little bit to make that happen. You need to plan that far in advance. Maybe you have current promotions going that they need to be off for 30 days for you to ramp up for Q4. So you need to be thinking about all of this. And that way, you're not just spending on clicks that aren't converting. Those clicks are converting. Amazon's promoting your listings because you're doing Prime exclusive discounts during that period. Maybe you're doing a coupon stack on top of that, which is going to put you at the top of the list for customers who are looking for those Prime exclusive discounts. Your pricing is on point, and when they get to your offer page, it looks great. Like you've connected with them over the season. They know you're running this promotion just for them, just for the season. They're buying. And so that leads to your profitability. So staying in stock, 3PLs is just one side. Everything else has to kind of play in, and that's why we've got to prepare.
Yeah, definitely. You have also shared about stocking up, right? So Q4 easier, and what we have been also telling sellers is, because we know Amazon keeps this stock closer to the customer, keeps the stock closer to the warehouse, which is closer to the customer, and they moves the stock based on from which zip code maximum orders are coming. So what we have also told sellers is to try to focus in geo ranking a lot, because they already have the data in which zip codes they are getting maximum orders. So they can focus on probably driving some traffic on that zip code, because we have two options: one is Google Ads, another is DSP, because in this two option only we can target regional wise. And for DSP, I think if you're getting agency shared access, that you can even spend minimum as $1,000, right? So I think this is something that sellers can try on. And obviously, apart from this, there are tremendous amounts of strategies that are revolving around right now, because we have seen strategies have changed, we have seen the algorithm has changed. Now if we have to stay on top of the strategy, because sellers, I'm sure they're focused in getting their stocks into warehouse, they're focused in running their ads, and they may not be focusing so much in understanding what strategies are working right now. You have a summit coming on, and how do you think sellers can take advantage of it, and what are the things that you're going to share in this summit? Who are the speakers that we can see there?
Yeah, it's so important. I love what you brought up about geo ranking and location specific, because when we talk about advertising across the board, it does get very expensive, and we need to be thinking about how can we take advantage of those customers who are already looking in that geographic location. Plus, that drives your ranking on Amazon big time. So I love that your agency is working on geo ranking and that you guys know about that. These guys know what they're doing. When they're talking about utilizing ads for geo ranking, that's huge, and it can really give you a big advantage. So, speaking of what we're going to be talking about in the summit, this is a virtual summit. It's taking place September 20th and 21st. And you have the ability to attend live. We have a coupon code just for Sammy here, and for this audience. You can attend the live access, or you can attend the live plus get the replays for up to a year in case you're busy and you're like, man, I can't just sit there for 2 days and get all the content. So that's why we're doing a virtual summit, so you can attend from anywhere. We have a ton of speakers, a ton of content. We'll be talking about everything from preparing your listings for Q4. We just talked about that, like the foundation, right? Prepping up. How do you prepare your listings? How can you use AI to make that easier, including AI images?
Mhm.
Also, what kinds of things work for converting customers on your listings during Q4? The next thing is keywords. So, what are the keywords that you need to be thinking about for your specific product that might be seasonal keywords that you need to be ranking for now, that you need to be ramping up for now? Your listing needs to be optimized for those now. So, we're going to have people coming in and talking about that. What are the keywords you need to rank for the season? What's the content you should be putting on your listings? What are the considerations for your products when it comes to seasonality? And how can you reach those customers who are looking for your products under different keywords than they normally would be, because maybe they're looking for a gift, maybe they're looking for, kitchen gadgets for cooking for the holidays. Keywords change during Q4. So we want to make sure that we're not just kind of setting and forgetting it. We want to look at all of that, all those considerations. So we've got multiple speakers coming in to talk about content. We've got like John Tilley from Zon Guru. We've got Max from eComtent. And we also are going to be talking about, oh yes, Kevin King, of course, the king of e-commerce will be coming and talking about different hacks, the best hacks to use during the season. So that kind of plays into your sales. We have a ton of speakers, so I'm just thinking of all of them on the top of my head here. And we've got Sean Hart, who will be coming in and talking about how you can double your sales very easily with just a few tweaks. So kind of prepping these things up to it. Then we're also going to be talking about that external traffic. Like Sammy just mentioned, you've got DSP options, you've got Google Ads, you've got TikTok Shop coming on the scene. You have so many opportunities. So we've got Clayton from Carbon 6 coming in to show us how they have actually worked with their tool PixelMe
Mhm.
to rank your brand for your competitors' keywords on Google. Like, how cool is that? They're going to show us some case studies and show us how we can do that. We've got Joey Roberts coming in to talk about external traffic and utilizing lots of both organic options as well as paid options such as Google Ads and Facebook ads, that kind of thing, to rank your listings and really drive traffic for the season. We've got experts like Gracie Ryback and Norm Farrar and Kelsey Farrar are going to come in, and they're going to talk about how do you work with influencers during this season. Influencers are always tough to work with,
Yeah.
sometimes tough to work with. Not, it's during the season, they're so overwhelmed, right? They get so many requests like, hey, promote my product, promote my product. So Gracie and Norm and Kelsey are going to come in and talk to us about how do you get an influencer's attention during Q4? How should you prepare for that? Who should you be working with? What's right for your brand? So we're going to cover that whole gamut. And so we've got kind of everything. We're prepping our listings, we're prepping our advertising. Oh, we've got Read2 Java coming in to talk about ads and also, how to use those search term reports, how to make those advertising decisions during Q4 to keep your costs low. We've got people coming in to talk about inventory management. How do you stay in stock? What should you be thinking about? So really every aspect of the Q4 season, we've got you ready to prep for and ready to execute.
Wow. That's really sounds interesting. How long is the event? Because it seems like it is going to be long.
Yes, it is 2 days long. And so I believe we have 17 presentations.
Wow.
So eight and nine presentations a day. Plus we'll be having some panels. So there'll definitely be a lot of content. Even if you do a live access
Mhm.
pass, you'll be able to watch those replays, right? There's a week of replays for the live access pass, and then our VIPs that want longer and want access to some of those additional speaker bonuses and things like that can upgrade for that. And either way, it's super affordable. It's less than the cost of a coffee in America to come to the live access show using Sammy's coupon. And then for the replays, it's very, very affordable. You get 50% off the replay pass as well.
That's great. So where can people actually go and register? Do we have the website or anything?
Yes, for sure. You can go to amazingathome.com /Q4. So the number four. So just go to amazingathome.com /Q4. And you can use the coupon code SAMMYQ4 on either of the tickets. And on that landing page, we've got all the speakers, we've got the schedules. So you can kind of understand, what am I going to be learning? What am I going to be doing? What are the details about the summit? How do I join?
Definitely. I will add all the links in the description and the coupon code as well. I think this is something really going to be exciting for not only Amazon sellers, but also for aspiring entrepreneurs who are trying to get into Amazon. So I think, Emmy, we had a really fun discussion today. And for all the people who want to join the summit, the links will be in the description and the show notes. You are open to join that. The coupon code is also below. So make sure you use it and join and get the discount as well. Thank you so much, Emmy, for joining today. We really had a really fun time with discussing all the strategies with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, and happy Q4, everybody.